Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing his truth with sincerity and charity. I'm the brother Yalad, and I was watching this semi-documentary about the individual Mahogany Jackson. And I decided I wanted to put some precepts on it. It's coming out of a Sons of Belial spirit. So we'll start off with the Judges 19 and 22. Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. So they in that spirit of them sodomites that was at Lot's door. And what does it mean to know somebody? Well, I guess we could see if it say in the blue letter. We'll see if it says it in the blue letter. But if not, I'll just say it verbatim. That we may know him. Receive man enough. Okay, well, it don't necessarily say it, but because it's gonna come up again in another precept. What it means to know or to have knew somebody, but in this context, it's sexual basically. It's having relations. So Judges 19 and 23, it says, And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is come into mine house. Do not this folly. So that's also context showing you like, okay, what is so wicked that it's like, okay, now you bothering my company. This man is under my roof. Why are you bothering this man? It says in 24, it says, Behold, here's my daughter, a maiden and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing. Because it talks about in the New Testament, certain people that won't be allowed in the kingdom is abusers of mankind or abusers of men. And that, I believe that goes into homosexuality, butt bandits, people that are booty warriors. They call it, a man forcing himself upon another man. That's what I'm trying to say. And it says, and that's a devout thing that the master of the house is trying to avoid here. But the man would not hearken to him, so the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her. So there goes that word again. They knew her and abused her. Forgive me, finger slipped. It says, and abused her all night until the morning, when the day began to spring, and they let her go. So the sons of Belial was a group of I guess you could say they gang banged and tortured and abused. And when you go to the word abuse here, it says to act severely, deal with severely. It says to deal wantonly, deal ruthlessly, abuse by thrusting through, to insert, to thrust in, thrust upon, to act or play the child. So they abused her. So it's but that was really it on that. But this whole case is coming out of a Sons of Belial spirit. And you know what caused this? Pride. Well, maybe you could say pride, but that was one of the causes. Yeah. now I go back to that precept I was holding on that pride. It says Proverbs 13:10. It says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So what happened with these 7 or 8 individuals, it was 7, I believe, that did something to her. That was, they abducted the woman, right? And they abused her, all like, just like the kind of like, yeah, the sons of Belial situation. And they did that because she had embarrassed this one individual, I believe it's him in the middle. She embarrassed him because he took her pistol, and then she got it back by holding him at gunpoint and making him strip. And then they came after him. He sent all of them after her, and he couldn't just take the L. He couldn't just. He took her pistol, and he couldn't take the L when she got it back. So he had to get his get back. And it says, only by pride come contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So it takes only one party. The Elder Natazaki explained it like this: it only takes one party for there to be a contention, for pride. It only takes one prideful party. If both parties are humble, there's no contention. There's no issue. If both sides are willing to be defrauded, willing to be in the spirit of, okay, I'd rather take the low than to offend or do wrong or transgress in this situation or be in the wrong. But when one side is prideful, that's when there's contention, because a person could be taking a low and the prideful person could be trying to force it even more, and now you have an issue. But the moral of that is you don't have to get your get back, man. It'd be better to take the low. Romans 12:19, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right. And then if you was just doing wrong anyway and you got recompensed for it, then that was just it. Let it be that. But out here trying to get your get back, that ain't what you should be doing. The world is too evil right now. And just to further comment on the situation as to all of them tagging in on this abuse upon her, Exodus 23:2, it says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So you don't want to follow after a multitude to do evil. And going along with your group of friends and group of buddies, and you, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is murder. What you're doing is robbery. And what you're doing is blood. You helping somebody abuse and grape, you know what I'm saying, and torture and beat upon a person over and over for something as little as this that started the situation to begin with. Buddy was upset that he that's crazy. That's madness. All this because he took her pistol and she got it back. And he felt embarrassed because his pride. He couldn't let it go. He couldn't take the L. He had to set up this whole arrangement to abuse this woman for said 2 days and a half. They said it was like 36 hours or something. Yeah, so we'll get that Sons of Belial in the blue letter, by definition. But Sons of Belial this is what they known for. It's just a common thing that we call them in this truth when it's a group of, it's not always men. That's the funny part when it comes to these sexual abuse kind of things and stuff. It's a lot of times women are really involved too. Like I don't know how to explain it properly, but they get in on it too. Shit, they be even more abusive with the sexual than the men do. They want to add to it, basically. With the sons of Belial, let's get that definition. It calls them worthless in the blue letter, unprofitable, good for nothing, wicked, ruin, destruction, ungodly men, naughty, without profit. That's what we call these groups of people who uh do things like this. They abduct or take a person and packs of groups, from like several to a dozen of them, and they go all night at this individual because they in that spirit. And this is recent. This is not a thing of 30 years ago. This is in this decade. So I mean, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'll sign off by saying shalom and a Bible ball.